Okay. Well, welcome everybody. Happy Father's Day. Just want to jump on and do a fitness update slash a Father's Day message for all the dads out there. And so today's Father's Day, June 15th. Well, not quite. In some parts of the world, it already is. If you're on the West Coast like me, you still got about 11 minutes. So we're ringing it together. I was just up tonight thinking, I was thinking about Father's Day. I was thinking about what it means. I was thinking about what it means to me. And I'm thinking about what it means to a lot of men around the world, and kind of what it's become. It's become an incredibly overlooked and incredibly overshadowed and almost a joke to a lot of people. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan that Father's Day is overshadowed with social agendas, with culture wars, with this weekend in particular, 2025. That it's overshadowed by protests, that's overshadowed by war, that is overshadowed by just so much just negativity. It's overshadowed by hate. It's overshadowed by it's overshadowed by everything a father isn't, really. And it goes to show as well at the same time, these protests with the laughing matter that it's become. It's become a place in a it's become a place in a day where it's okay to laugh about men's mental health. It's okay to not take it serious. It's okay to pretend like it doesn't matter. Not even pretend. It's okay to act like it doesn't matter. It's okay to disrespect fathers. It's okay to overshadow them with something else. Um, because believe it or not, every single person at all the protests everywhere has a father. Some of the fathers are there with their kids. Some are far away from it. Some of those children, some of those people in the crowd are estranged from their fathers, don't have a relationship with their father. And it goes to show just how important the relationship is. It goes to show just how needed it is. It goes to show how impactful a father is and can be on his children and in his children's life. I think back for myself when growing up, my father figure was my grandfather. I was raised by my grandma. I was raised by my grandfather, step grandfather, actually, because my grandfather and my grandmother had divorced many, many years ago. My biological ones, from on my mom's side at least, and my maternal grandmother and my step grandfather had been the ones raising me. And I think back to when I was 8, and I think back to the day that my grandfather passed. I think back to the impact that had on me. I think back to how sad I was, how broken I was, how it haunted me for years, being in the hospital room, hearing the beeping, being rushed out of the room, lips turning blue, not understanding what any of it means. My best friend Zed's family coming to picking me up, going to sleep over at their house, not really understanding. Next thing I remember was attending the funeral and everyone crying and being really sad and still not understanding the full magnitude of everything that was happening. And now today, being able to carry the flag from his memorial in my home and the Bible that my grandmother was given that she's since passed to me because him and I were very close. And I think of the impact that had on me then after, especially in school. I was really angry at a lot of things, angry at everyone and everything for anything, really. And I didn't care a lot. Well, no, I never did drugs or I never did anything, that would put myself in danger per se. I still was just really bad. I got into a lot of fights. I made more enemies than friends. I still did really well in school, but I still got into a lot of trouble. Because of all this, my uncles tried to step up. My Uncle Tim, my Uncle Zach, they tried to step up, but it wasn't the same. 'Cause it always felt like it was forced. It wasn't a natural connection. Into some trouble, led me down the broken road, and landed me with my maternal grandfather and step-grandmother, for a couple years. And my grandfather, my tutu as I called him, was such a strong, powerful influence on my life because he made me feel loved. He made me feel wanted. It didn't feel like it was forced. It felt like he was truly there to lead me and guide me and to do all the things that a father figure should do. Because he was still raising my teenage, aunts and uncles at that time as well. Still very close in age. They're a few years older than me, but nothing crazy. Maybe 8 to 10 years. So there was some age gap there and whatnot. But he's still a father figure, right? He was still the patriarch of the home, and he led us as such. Incredible leader, incredible man, bright, talented. He taught me how to use a bandsaw. Taught me so much, and I still think about to this day how I had an opportunity to go say bye to him when he was on dialysis and knew he was passing, and I didn't. And it's because I was scared. I was still angry. I don't remember who I was angry at. And then fast forward to being a teenager, a little bit older, about 14 or so. I finally ended up living with my biological dad. And shout out pops. And my dad he taught me how to be a man, as dads are supposed to for their sons. He taught me how to be a man. He taught me that if you sign up, you show up. If you commit, you stay committed. He sacrificed for me. He drove me really early to a lot of things, a lot of events. He didn't want to, but he did it. He made sure I got up. He made sure I did it. He taught me how to follow through. He taught me how to commit, and he taught me how to work hard and to be diligent and to sacrifice for your family and to show up even when you don't want to, when you're tired, when you're beaten down, when you're depressed, when you're not feeling it. And yeah, he's taught me so much over the years. This second half of my life. And I'm 30, so he's been in my life for more than half of it now, consistently. Before it was a whole thing, and that's neither a story for here nor there. If you go back and listen to some of the early some episodes with him, I think episode 100 he was on, and we talked about our story and whatnot. And you can go back and listen to that, the Young Dad podcast here. And I'm doing all this just to kind of process, father figures in my life and whatnot, and what they've all meant to me. And you know, it it's been my dad over the years who was there for me, who's kind of been my rock and my foundation for a lot of things, as fathers should be, as they are for their kids and for um, their families. And then I think about me becoming a dad at 22. I was like 22 and like 3 months old. I'm still barely 20 in my 20s. And my oldest daughter was born 2017. I'm just I still have the bracelet on my wrist here from when we went when I found out that I was having a girl, and still wear this today. And just how life changing that event is as a man to have your own children, to now be responsible for this whole life, and to raise someone and teach them literally everything they need to know about life. And to struggle and to fail and to let them down and to let yourself down and to let people down. There's a lot of letdown being a father. There's a lot of great. There's a lot of good. I say there's more good than bad. But, we mess up as dads, our kids mess up, they disappoint us, we disappoint them, it's a never-ending cycle. And then I think about becoming a father to 2, and now raising 2 different humans, 2 completely different personalities, and trying to navigate everything. And then not even just being a father, but also being a husband. Being a leader of a home is a whole 'nother, um, battle in itself, and it comes with a lot of, feelings of not feeling enough, not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you're doing enough, not feeling like you're giving everyone enough time, energy, attention, and meeting all their needs and satisfying all the things that they need satisfied all the time, and feeling just like you're failing and just letting people down constantly. And I think that sums up being a dad. Is there's a lot of good, there's a lot of silver lining, there's a lot of golden moments, there's a lot of beautiful moments, there's a lot of joyful moments, and there's more of those than there are bad. There's a lot of moments of being proud of your kids. There's a lot of moments of shock and awe and wonder and just feeling so happy that you get to raise a child. For those on the West Coast, it is Father's Day officially. Happy Father's Day to all the dads, to the grandfathers, to um, to the dads that are not in their kids' life that want to be, to the stepdads, to to the estranged dads, to all the just every dad out there that loves his kids. Because every not maybe not every 99% of fathers love their kids. They want what's best for them. And like I was saying, just about kind of the summation of what it is to be a dad. I've been hosting Young Dad podcast for 200 and some episodes now, 229 episodes to be exact. And I've talked to everything from to chiropractors to psychologists to talking to different coaches of different things and just every topic in between. And when I talk to the dads and we get into the dad zone at the end of the podcast, and the very last question I've asked hundreds of people, over 100 people at least, is what is one piece of advice that you would give to a new dad? And so often it's a very common theme. It would be to be present, show up, and just give your time to your kids. Just enjoy every moment. And that's the the most common answers, which I think is great because that just shows, how close we all are aligned, how much, we feel that as dads with the experience and just, realizing like I wasn't as present as I should have been, or I wasn't as, I didn't give as much time as I wish I could have. And there's a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas, but didn't. There's a lot of regrets. There's a lot of I wish I would have, but I didn't, and I missed out and missed this, and now, years later, my kids and I don't have a relationship because I didn't show up for them, and we hang our heads off in that shame, and we remember what it is, and um, we remember just how hard that is for ourselves, and we think back to our own childhood, I think, in these moments, and we think about just how hard it was for us in if we didn't have our dad show up, or we didn't have someone we wanted to be at something show up for us, and how just devastating that felt. Or when we wanted our dad's time or his attention or something like that, and you remember just how devastating that feels. And then we think back and we just remember all those shoulda, woulda, couldas, but didn't, and we remember all the moments we took for granted and all the time we took for granted, and every cuddle and every snuggle and every late night, every cry, and everything that we just took for granted or that we got angry through or that we, you know, moments that we didn't validate or the moments that we missed out on in some way, shape, or form, whether emotionally or physically or spiritually, to connect with our kids. And we think back to all those, I think, very often, and we those run through our brain at night, and we feel like those are going to come back to haunt us, and we try really hard, and but then we fail again. But that's because we're human. Just because we're human. Uh, and there's I'm trying to think of what I want where I want to go with that, but there's life's too short. The time we have with our kids is just too short. There's a quote that I once heard is that we spend 75% of the time we're going to spend with our kids between the ages of like 0 and like 11 or 12. And then we spend the next like 15% between 12 and 18. And then the rest of that 10% is between 18 until we pass or till they pass into adulthood. And so enjoy the 75%. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy the hard moments. Enjoy the good moments. Enjoy the difficult moments. Enjoy the moments you want to pull your hair out. Enjoy the moments that they're not listening. Enjoy all the moments, even though they're not enjoyable all the time. And I'll admit that I'm a dad. I get it, 100% get it. Just enjoy, enjoy the moments. Enjoy the grind. Enjoy the rockiness. Enjoy the enjoy it all. Because someday it'll be less. It'll be gone, and you'll be looking back and thinking, "Wow, where did time go?" Or a friend of yours will send you a baby picture of them holding their newborn baby and doing a night feeding at this time of night, and you just start to think back, just wow, where did those days go? They went by so fast. They flew by. Then you're looking at a closet, a cabinet, or storage bin of baby bottles and baby clothes, and you're like, wow, remember when they wore that? I remember when they were so into that, and all the memories come flooding back. You can get choked up. I think it's normal. I'm pretty sure it's normal. And so, with that, what would I wanted to answer this question that I've never answered, I think, on the podcast before. What would my advice be to a young dad who's just starting out his fatherhood journey? And I think it goes back to this connection over perfection. You're never going to be perfect, no matter how hard you try. But focus on the connection you have with your child. Focus on building that relationship. Focus on creating a lasting, loving relationship with your child. Focus on that connection day in, day out. Build that connection. That would be my advice to a new dad. And then just a quick little plug here at the end. Didn't really give a fitness update. I've been dealing with something in my shoulder, so I'm hoping to get back into it this week. Been trying to do some rehab, starting to feel better a little bit, uh, and get back into it. Weight still going down, but not as much. So we're working through that. Again, if you want to train with Max because you like hearing me talk about it, or you like you want to try it for yourself and get on a program. You're a busy dad and you want to improve your life some way, shape, or form and invest in yourself. Then go ahead and hit up Mad Max Fitness 84 over on Instagram. Let him know that the Young Dad Pod sent you, and he'll get you connected. And if you sign up for our program, you will earn a free month of training with him as well. So great little collaboration we have there with Max. With that, I want to wish all the dads, each and every single one of you, whether you're with your kids or not with your kids, no matter what the circumstances are, kids love you. You matter to them. You matter to me. You matter in this world. Happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Happy Veterans Awareness Month. Men, just remember it's okay to reach out. It's okay to speak up. It's okay to share your story. It's okay to talk, to get emotional, and even do it on a podcast as well. So it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Uh, it's better to get it out than hold it in. And I'm so proud of you for how you show up for your kids. However often you're allowed to, however much you do, keep showing up, keep being present, keep giving them your time, and of course, keep building that connection because it's never going to be perfect no matter how hard you try. And again, hit up Mad Max Fitness 84 over on Instagram. Let them know Young Dad Pod sent you. And if you want to support this podcast, you can do so by going over to buymeacoffee.com. Link link to that's going to be in the show notes. But until next time, right here on the Young Dad Podcast, happy Father's Day to all you dads. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.